Okay. Is it okay now?
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Yes, yes. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay. Recording is have been started. Here we have
Yes,
created a
started
normal.
recording.
Here we have created a normal class. Then that encapsulation we should declare a variable as a private, and for accessing that variable we need to use the get method, and for updating that variable, that value of that variable name, we need to use the set method.
Set method.
Set method, that is the getter method, and that is the setter method. And this is the syntax. Then get and set, both are those, get and set, those two methods are the inbuilt method of Java. That is the getter method and that setter method. And we are getting, this is the syntax, is public string. Why string? Because we want to return a string. We want to return what? From like name is a string type variable. So we want to return a string, or we want to get the value as a string value. We want to get the string value. That's why we have give the string type. If this is a char or the int, that time we need to declare the, instead of string, we need to declare this as a char or a int. Just because that very name variable, that private name variable is string type, that's why we are give that getter method, that return type is string, and we are getting, that's why get, we need to use that get. For get the value of that name, we need to use the get, then the variable name, and that variable name is name. Here in the time of declaration, declare the variable that enemy name, n is small, in the small letter. But when we are getting that variable by name of that variable, that time we need to mention the first letter have to be capital. And this is the basic syntax. This is that basis of that method syntax. And within that method block, we are returning that name. We are returning that name. By returning that name, we will get the value of that private string name. Whatever the value of name, that private name, we will get up it by returning the name. And when we want to update, like that get, we are getting the value of name. Like when we want to update, we need to use that setter method, that is the set, and public void set name. We want to set the name. So here we have declared this as a void set name, but in the parameter we are declaring as a parameter, we are setting the value. We want to update the value. This is the syntax, that is the string, because we are setting a new value. Just because we have mentioned this is as a string, we can set here a integer value. So in a string private variable, we can update that, whatever the updated value will be, that will be also a string. We can update it to the integer or a float type value. So we have pass a parameter, string type parameter, and that parameter name is new name. And this dot name, that means this dot name means that class having a variable name. This, that means the parent class, that is the class. This means whatever the in that name, we are not creating an object. That's why we are using this keyword. This means what? This means that class, that person class having a method name. This means that class name. This, you by using this keyword, that means this dot name, that means that name variable is available in this class. We, instead of the class name, we can't we can call the class name directly. We need to create an object, then we can call that variable, but we are not creating an object here by using this keyword. That this keyword is, that means this, that means that class. By using the this, that means we are calling the class, and within the class that name equals to new name. That means whatever the value we have give a parameter. Okay, we have give a parameter, but we haven't assigned any value, and this dot name we are assigning that parameter value of that parameter new name into that private string name. That means whatever the value I will give to that new name, that will assign to that name on that name. That means it will updated to the update the value of that name. Understood? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Explanation, and this is that another example, like public class main public static void main string asks person my obj equals to new person my obj dot name. That here, for that main class having class main, we have created an object. By using that object, we are calling that name John. Okay, this is not end here. That example has, okay, this class had don't have any main method, so we have created another class, public class main. This is the public class main, that name is main, having a main class. That means that class is the main class. Within that main class, we are creating an object of that person class. That class, that person class, we are creating an object. By creating an object, we are calling that name variable. We are calling that name variable. So, and calling that name variable my obj dot name, and that name variable we haven't assigned any value. Here we are assigning by calling the name of that object use, and that variable name we are assigning the value John here. And system.out.println my obj dot name, and that is saying error. If that variable was declared as public, we should expect the following output John. However, as we try to access a private variable, we get an error. My class java.4 error name has private access in person. My obj dot name John. My class java error. Okay, so how we can update that value? We can update that value by using that we are creating the set name and the get name method. In that example, that is the, if we call after declaring whatever the declaration getting and the setter getter and the setter method we have declared in that person class. Okay, by calling that private variable name, that name, if we do that public class main and then main method, then the person, we have created a object for that person class, and by using that my object dot name, we are assigning that value. And again, and we system.out.println my obj dot name. That's why if we do, then it will get an error. But what is the right way to do that? The right way to do, after creating the main method and after creating the object of that class, we need to call that the method is the setter method and the getter method. And my obj dot set name, we have used that method. We need to call that method set name. That set name we need to call along with that object of that class person, and that name of that object is my obj dot set name. And we are here, we are declaring the value John, and system.out.println, again we need to get the value of that name variable, that my obj dot get name. By using get name and set name, we can set a name to that variable, and we can, by using that get name, we can get that variable. So when we will doing that system dot out dot println, and we are doing system and get object name dot get name, that means it will return that value of John.
John,
John, understood?
yes. Actually, I have a question.
Yes.
When I'm declaring the second class, I mean main class,
Yeah.
the main method having, I have to extend that in without extending, I'm not getting the set name method and get name method because it's not available in the second class by default.
Yeah, this is not available in the second class, but we are creating an object of that class that is
Yeah.
available in the
Oh, the fast one. Yeah.
that
Object of the fast
person,
class.
that first class is the person class. We are creating
I have created the second
oh,
class.
no. We don't need to create a
Oh.
class for the object for that second class that having the main method. You need to create
Then I have to inherit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everyone understood? Everyone, please do the practice from your end. So, why encapsulation? Better control of class attributes and methods. Class attributes can be made read-only. If you only use get method, or write-only if you only use the set method. Flexible, that the programmer can change one part of the code without affecting other part, increased security of data. Okay, better control. Why you use of encapsulation? Better control. We can only we can read it. Only we can read it. We programmers only can read it. Flexible, the programmer, if you are the programmer, you can change a small part by without increase the security data. When you are changing in your program, in your project, in your big project, that changes can be effect in the others also. So that time it is became that it is increasing the security for that's why you use in encapsulation. Everyone have note down that program. Hello everyone, have you noted down that
Yes, sir.
program?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And this is not the right way. Leave that part. This part is for to understand that you need to use that get name and the set name. Without using the get name and the set name, you can't get or set the value of that private variable. Leave that part, and this is the right way. By using that set name and that get name, you can set the new value and get the value. এটা হয়ে গেছে বরিশন, লেখা লেখা হয়ে গেছে?
हाँ
Yes,
सर.
sir.
Okay. Java packages. A package in Java is used to group related classes. Think if it is a folder in a file directory, we use packages to avoid name conflicts and to write a better maintainable code. Packages are divided into two categories. Packages is like there are like folders in our computers. Within that folders, there are many data also available. Like, and we can categorize like Bengali movies, Hindi movies, English movies, South Indian movies. Within the different folder, that South Indian movies, we put it into that South Indian folder part. Within that English, that Hollywood movies, we are putting into the Hollywood movies folder. Like that is the packages. And a packages is a collection of classes. Within that package, there are many classes is available. Okay, so there are two type of packages: built-in package and user-defined package. Built-in package means, that means in Java there are some packages is available that is created by Java, that is predefined packages. That is the predefined data, predefined method, that is the get and set, that is predefined, that is created by Java. We haven't created that getter method and setter method, that is inbuilt method in Java. Like that, there are inbuilt packages is available. And another package is user defined packages. That means you can create your own package. Built-in package, there are two type of packages. Built-in packages, that is, what is built-in package? That is created by Java, that is predefined packages. You can't change anything into that package. But, and the second part, second number is the user defined packages. That means that package that you can create yourself. You can create yourself. Built-in package, the Java API is a library of pre-written classes or the packages or the API that the pre-written classes that are free to use, included in the Java development kit. And in that link, by using that link, to forget about that, the library is divided into the packages and the classes. The library contains components for managing input, database programming, and much more. Okay, what is the library? The library contains library contains components for the managing inputs, database programming, and much more. The complete list can be found at Oracle's website, because Java is now owned by Oracle. On, so we can find that using that link. Library, we will learn about library later. That library is divided into packages and classes, meaning you can either import a single class or a whole package that contains all the classes that belongs to that specified package. Suppose a package, within a package there are many classes is available. That, what is a package? Is the container of classes. That is a container. Package is a container. Within that container there are many classes is available. From that container you can import the whole package or the whole controller, or you can import only one or two classes. That classes is available within that package. You can either, you can import the whole package, or you can import some specific classes that you need. As per your need, you can import some classes that is available into that packages, or you can import the whole package. So by using that import keyword, what is the syntax? Like, when you want to import as per your need, if you want to import a single class, that time the syntax is using that import keyword: import package dot name, package name, then the name of that class that you want to import. And if you want to import the whole package, that means import package dot name and that star, that means all. Star means all, that means you want to import the whole package. Like, if you find a class you want to use, for example scanner class, like is a scanner class. What is the syntax for importing a single class? Import package dot name, name of that package, and Java. Import Java dot package name is util, and that scanner is that name of that class, and that in that util package, that package name is util. Within that util package there is a class name is scanner. That scanner is that util package is the Java created by Java. That util package is created by Java. That util package we haven't created. That util package is created by Java, and within that util that package, that because the what is the package, that is the container of classes. That package, that means a package in Java, that means into that package there are many classes is available. So that util package is created by Java, and within that util package there is a class is available. His name is scanner class. So here we are importing a single class that as per our need. So this is the syntax import. When we are importing that scanner class, import java.util.scanner. This is how we can import a simple class from a package, a single class. Okay. And that scanner, what is the scanner? Scanner class. Scanner class is used to get input from the user. Up to the example, in that last example that we have learned today, up to that example, we are taking a variable, and we are giving a values to that variable from our end, or I am creating a variable and I am giving the value to that variable, but the user want to give that, but the user, when user want, you create the variable and user will give the value as per the user need. That time, that means you want to take the input from the user. For taking the input from the user, we use that scanner class. By using that scanner class, we can take input from the user. In this example of Java, util is a package, while scanner is a class of the java.util package. I have told you that. To use the scanner class, create an object of the class and use any of that available methods found in scanner class documentation. In our example, we will use the next line. Okay, let's see. Example using the scanner class. How you can, first of all, in the previous program, in the first line, we are creating a class, my class, then the main method. But when you are using that scanner class, that means when you want to take the input from the user, that time you need to import. By for taking the input from the user, you need to use the scanner class, and that scanner class is available in that package is named java.util. So that means we need to import that package and that class first. So we have written import java.util.scanner. So we have imported the package with the scanner class. Then we have created a normal class, my class. Public static void main string args, that's the main class. And just because this is a scanner class, we can this is a class, we can create an object. We can create an object of that class. So we are creating an object to that scanner class. And for creating an object, how we can create an object to the scanner class is scanner name of that class my obj, that means the name of that object equals to new keyword, then the constructor, that scanner, and that constructor with that braces. Within that braces, always we need to write that system.in. That means we want to take input from the system. User will give the input by using the keyboard. That means we by using the system. So that's why you always write within that constructor parameter, that scanner, this is the scanner name is same as the scanner class having with that braces. That means this is a constructor, and within that braces you need to write that system.in. So when you are using that scanner class, always have to create that object of that scanner class. And how to create an object? You need, this is the syntax, that scanner my obj, that object name can be anything. Scanner my obj equals to new scanner, and within that parenthesis we need to write that system.in. Then system.out.println enter username. That means scanner will want to input data from the system, and then we are passing a message that system.out.println enter username. So after enter username passing that message, what we are doing, string username. That username, if someone is giving a username, that should be a string type. That should be a string type. That's why what we are doing, that string username equals to that username, string username equals to my obj, that scanner object of the scanner class object dot next line. Why next line? This is the, again, this is the basic syntax. When you are taking a string, that time next line,
Space.
that
It will be the
time,
space. Next line.
no, that is not the space. That is when it will, yeah, that is a space. That means the next line, that is the space. But because
Yeah.
this is a string and you need to write next line, when it is a int, that means this is the string next int. When it is a char, then that time next char. Only in the time of string it will be next line, because this is a string. That means what? Username equals to that username, that string variable username. We have created that variable username, and we are assigning the value equals to my obj dot next line. That means we are calling that object equals to, we are assigning that scanner class to that variable and dot next line, because this is the string. And system.out.println username is again that message plus that variable we are taking, we are passing. When we are, so everyone try to execute that program. When you are passing that variable name, it will calling that variable name, and that variable name is belong to that scanner class. That means that scanner class is want some input from the system, which is by the user, that is system.in. When that system.in, that user will, whatever the value will the user will giving from the system, that value will be displayed. Understood? Understood everyone?
Yes.
Okay, so everyone please do that, try to practice that program.
Yes,
And
sir.
that was the last topic for the today. হ্যাঁ বরিশান বলো। হ্যালো হ্যালো বরিশান বলো।
হ্যাঁ স্যার,
হুম,
স্যার
এটা
প্রোগ্রামটা করছি।
হ্যাঁ করো, প্রোগ্রামটা করো।
হ্যাঁ, ডান। এসে গেছে।
ইউজার
যে
ইনপুট
নাম
আসছে,
টাইপ করুন।
এন্টার ইউজার নেম,
হুম,
name what that is,
ওটাই
they
শো
give a
করছে।
user name as a string type, then press enter. That whatever the username you will give, it will display as a username is. Then this is the way you can take input from the user. Here you are not giving the value, you are taking the input from the user. You are telling the user to give some input. or the user want to give the input?
Done, sir.
Okay, you are getting the output.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so that's all for today, and try to practice that abstract class and that other program that we have learned today. Okay, otherwise you will not remember the concept. Okay, so we are ending the session here, and we are, let me stop recording.